It is Monday special. This guy. What can I say, man? We're versatile.
Yeah.
Nah, this Monday episode is more so out of necessity than anything else.
Look. Hey, look. So look. This say everybody.
Before we start off, I want to start off on like a serious note.
Yeah.
Condolences to the family of those
students.
Yeah. That was
time, man.
That sucked. Reading that.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I didn't know the guys, as players, but in any way, shape, or form, man, it's just
that's tragic, man.
It's horrible, and my heart goes out to the families, to the parents.
Yeah,
that's a call that you never want to get. So
exactly.
Yeah.
This is the second time in like 10 years or something like that, because it wasn't another shooting
at Virginia Tech. The Virginia Tech.
Oh, that was Virginia Tech.
Blacksburg.
Okay, yeah, that's Blacksburg. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, that one was crazy too, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Condolences. Wait,
a lot happened yesterday.
So look. Before we let you go, B. So this is my take on this little Monday segment. We won't be on here long, maybe 45 minutes.
Yep.
This is our Festivus episode.
Early. Like a month early.
Yeah.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
Yeah.
Hey, you go hear about them. Well, no, in all seriousness, this might be our last episode of the year. So.
True facts. True facts.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we might get one more in December.
Yeah. Maybe one.
It gets real crazy. It gets real crazy this time of year.
Yeah, for real. Go ahead, B. What you got,
man?
Get it off your chest.
Yeah.
And say it with your chest.
I sit here playing with my pocket knife as I reminisce over what was for lack of a better term, disaster yesterday at Green Bay. It was bad to watch from a defensive standpoint. We looked like crap, for all the accolades and all the the showering of praise that I do for Dan Quinn on this podcast. His guys looked like crap yesterday. They looked like crap, and I'm talking about from top to bottom. Nobody's excluded from. Well, DeMarcus Lawrence was the only one that showed up. Everybody else didn't show up. I don't care if it was because they were tired. I don't care if they were dealing with nagging injuries. I don't care. They just, as a collective unit, they looked like crap, and it was just hard to watch. They were not interested in the physicality of Green Bay. They weren't interested in matching the I call it the Debo-ness that that Green Bay came into the game with. But it was as bad, man. They sucked. Half-breed, Rain Dakota, horrible. You made a Hall of Famer out of a dude. What was his name? Rudy Ford, who nobody knew of before this game. I mean, threw passes right to the dude. I understand that some of the blame can be placed to Dalton Schultz. Some of the blame on the first one, some of the blame can be placed on CeeDee Lamb for the second one. But bottom line is, if you know you have a deep safety sitting in the middle of the field waiting for routes to come by, you don't throw the ball in that area of the field. You just don't do that. And it reminded me of the Dak Prescott that we saw against San Francisco last year in the playoffs. Where and I mean, Green Bay's defense is okay. All right, they're okay. They're not world beaters, but they're okay. Right. But under no circumstances, should you be making these types of mistakes against a defense like that?
Well, but B, look, I'm gonna tell you this, man. And you're right about Dan Quinn and your defense, but either Dak is on the wrong page or the receiver's on the wrong page. And and B, you've been saying it all season, B. They the Green Bay Packers ran right through y'all. Y'all had a 28-14 lead.
Yeah, but they're not the first team though. There's been a build up to this. Okay, it was glossed over because of the sacks that Michael was getting, because of the pressure that the D line was generating. It was glossed over. Trey Diggs, his, it was glossed over. But little by little, each game we saw we saw things that would concern you. Philly ran on us. Washington before them was able to run on us. Chicago ran through us. So it's been a trend. It's been a trend, and that unfortunately is probably going to keep us from doing anything special once again this year.
And to your point, B, I think every team now is going to load up and run against y'all.
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I mean, we have a show we can stop it. Why wouldn't they? But not to be left out, Mike McCarthy and his Yogi Bear coat, his his swap meet Vince Lombardi coat that he came out on the field with, didn't amount to much. Did not amount to much. I place some of the blame on him. I place some of the blame on Kellen Moore.
Yep.
We're giving Dak too much leash, and we're giving him too much leeway with the playbook. They should be calling games. They should be calling the game similar to how they did when Cooper Rush was in there. Now, we won a lot of games with Cooper Rush in at quarterback. Is Cooper Rush better than Dak? No. Not in any form of the imagination. No, he's not. But we keep giving Dak the freedom to do all of these different things, run all of these different plays as if he's an elite quarterback. And he's not. He's not. He's not an elite quarterback. So it was a lot that pissed me off yesterday. As y'all seen, I just went dark after that game.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't hear from me again until this morning.
Yep.
And yeah, it was just bad, man.
I think I recall it's a slippery Pete comment.
Yeah. Yep. That was one of my better ones.
But look, he looked like Slippery Pete.
He does.
Yeah.
Ooh, you was on point with that one though.
Yeah. But I understand, it's one game, and there's a lot to overreact to, but there are legitimate concerns with this team. And what really got me even more though, and Kennedy, I'll let you go. What even got me the more was the fact that we're pretty much out of the NFC East race right now at this point. Because okay, we got the game tonight. Philly's likely coming out of that game 9-0.
Yeah.
Cake schedule the rest of the way. We're 3 games back, and they have a game in hand because they beat us the first time. So it's not looking particularly good for our chances of making a comeback to claim the NFC East title. The only way that we'll see the playoffs, if we get to the playoffs, is wild card.
Yep. See that? What you got, K man?
All right. I blame this solely on 2 people. First is Dan Quinn. This is the reason why I did not want him as the Denver Broncos head coach. Whatever's going on with the Denver Broncos this season, this is the reason why. That soft-ass defense. That's a soft-ass defense that was in the Super Bowl. They gave up 28-3.
K-Man, my question to you, K-Man, about that. My question, what the heck was Dan Quinn doing with Micah Parsons playing linebacker? How come he wasn't rushing?
He had to. Because I'll answer this one.
Go ahead.
He had to put Micah in at linebacker because Anthony Barr didn't play yesterday. Anthony Barr is our strong side linebacker, and we needed another body. We needed speed at the linebacker position to kind of combat those runs. And Leighton Van Der Esch
I
is
always
sorry
hear
as well.
I hear all this stuff going in about the Dallas Cowboys defense all this whole year. They're overrated. 4th and 7. You give up a touchdown? A touchdown. First of all, here's the thing. Y'all know how I feel about Dak. I've been saying stuff about Dak for a long time. But you know what? This ain't on Dakota Rain. I'm here to defend him. I'm putting that cape on for Dakota Rain. Because 28-14 going into the fourth quarter, I did my job. I did my job.
But this is the NFL.
The NFL versus a team that, let me look up, has scored 7, 10, 12, 24, 22, 21, 17, 9 last week. 9 points last week.
Okay.
This is a team that doesn't score any points.
You defending him, but he had a chance at the end of the fourth quarter and in overtime to ice the game. Couldn't.
It shouldn't even got that far if your defense would have done their job.
But it did get that far, and they didn't do the job in overtime. But it did get that far, and he didn't do his job.
I put this solely on Dan. Now solely on.
They scored 2 picks, 2 touchdowns off of those.
Yeah.
They both should have did their job. Rain Dakota and the defense.
It's on Dan Quinn and that and his I was about to cuss crappy scheme. The second one is on Mike McCarthy / your boy Kellen Moore. First of all, I told y'all I didn't like Mike McCarthy when they showed the clip of him going to the 50-yard line, dapping up this dude who got you fired. He got you, not only fired, they got your whole staff fired, and you yucking it up. You think Hoodie gonna do that?
Nope.
You think what's his face? Former Saints coach.
Sean
You think Sean Payton? You think Sean Payton? If this dude got him fired, come on, man, what we doing? Even the Phillies head coach. I don't even think Ron Rivera would do that. But so your mindset isn't to tell your team let's kill these dudes because here's the thing, they want to die. You saw what they've been doing. They want to be put down, but you gave them life. So that's on those two. And then you're running the ball. You have a lead, as you stated before. Green Bay's defense isn't the greatest. Why did you get away from the run?
Exactly.
Well, Tony Pollard can only do but so much.
34 was getting in him.
He was, and I don't know why they don't run Malik Davis more.
I was like, who is this dude? Like he was.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, who is this dude?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? When I saw, because at first I was kind of worried, because especially when the Packers went up 14-7, I was like, oh man. But then they came back and tied at halftime, and it was 20. I was like, oh, this game over. I tuned the game out because I've seen the Packers all year do nothing offensively, do nothing. So I'm thinking this game is a wash.
We all thought that, but once again, it falls back on McCarthy wanting to go up here and have a family reunion instead of a bloodfest, instead of a war.
Yeah, look,
barbecue.
If I was McCarthy, you're right, kid, man. I wouldn't have went up there talking about shaking his hand before the game. Now, after the game, after we kicked their butt, then I'd be like, okay,
yes,
shake your hand.
yeah. And then you had to say, how to get in your ass, something like that. He over there hugging. You can hear the theme song, Grandma's hand. You could literally, it was just like, it's a love fest. No, he got you fired. And then another thing, I didn't like, body language tells me a lot. You come into Lambeau, oh, it's whole hollow. And like, no, I am going to take a big dump in this place, right on the 50-yard line.
Exactly.
with my
Look,
your mindset was off.
Everybody knows, everybody
Lame.
knows the first rule of any kind of sport. You and I, we can be buddies. you know, but before the game and while the game is going on, no, we're not talking. Now after the game,
No,
I'd be like, hey, B, what you and your family doing this
Yeah,
weekend? Something like that. It's after the
yeah,
game, not
right.
before the
do you
game.
know
No.
how?
And that
Do you know how happy this fool's gonna go on tomorrow or Wednesday going on Pat McAfee's show? Do you know how depressed he's been looking the last? You're supposed to sink it in a little bit deeper because yes, he wants to beat y'all. He wants to beat y'all, and that loss, especially a 14
that
point loss.
that it that mindset, that aura about him rubbed off on the defense. It rubbed off on the defense. Them dudes, I mean, majority of them dudes, they
Yesterday,
they weren't
They
interested in
th-
stopping the run.
they
and
three
you're
and
right,
six.
B.
This season's over with. What's name's 8-1? They ain't catching the Vikings. And then the way that the NFC East is going, they're not making the playoffs. So
Right.
this was their playoff.
Yeah.
And that's why the mindset was
And I
not
tell
in this game. But I hate that everybody keep blaming Dak. Like I hate Ryan Clark doing that stupid. I
Oh,
saw,
not.
you know how you look. I don't even watch it though, but I saw it on ESPN Ryan Clark because ESPN comes with some goofy ass stat that shows Dak stats
y'all free.
compared to Tim Tebow, and I'm just like, and also Ryan is the only one on that panel that has the same melanin as us, and you doing these theatrics, and I just don't like it, and I don't like that he's getting all the blame where there are other people that should be getting blame.
Nobody's giving him all the blame. I'm not giving him all the blame, but you
Yeah,
are gonna
I
hold
think the
part of
whole
this
team is
L that you're
responsible.
responsible for. It was a team loss. Oh,
We
Yeah,
give
exactly.
quarterbacks way too much credit
outside of
when they
outside of
win, and
special
way too much
teams.
credit when they lose.
Yeah, outside of special teams, who
For some,
pretty much did their
for
job
some,
yesterday. It was a team loss.
for
Go
for
ahead,
some
Sean.
reason, man, that team, for some reason, that team yesterday, man, and you both of y'all alluded to it. It seemed like when they came into the stadium, their mind was not on beating the Green Bay Packers. You had people look like they're running the wrong routes. You had Dak look like he's throwing the ball in the wrong area. The defense, we don't know what like Kramer said. I don't know what's going on with the papayas. We don't know what was going on with the defense.
Yeah,
Man, I'd have came
we
into that
gotta.
game if I was Mike. Huh?
No, go ahead.
No, if I'd have came into that game with Mike McCarthy, I would have been playing Thugnificent Stomp Him in the Nuts. On the bus ride, on the airplane to Green Bay, on the bus ride to the stadium. If you my guys, I want this game to be over by halftime. I want those bleachers, because they're not seats, to be empty. I want these people, like there was a shot when the Cowboys went up 28-14. There was a kid, I think he was like it's like a couple Cowboys fans, and they were just like, yeah. And I was like, okay, and then sooner or later you're gonna see these people filing out because they've been seeing losing all season. And y'all just let them in there.
Yeah, I mean,
That was
it it really exposed also the glaring hole that we have at cornerback opposite Trayvon Diggs. Anthony Brown, trash. Kelvin Joseph, second round pick, trash. I mean, we just that pass. We live by the pass rush. We die by the pass rush. If we don't get home, it's not gonna be pretty. It's just
that
those
team
is just the
game
facts.
was a it was a perfect example of it's a perfect example of a team loss. All three phases of your
All
team
three phases of the game.
didn't do their job.
That's why I put the majority of blame, especially on the individuals who are the coaches and the coordinators.
Well, I disagree. Well, the special teams did their job yesterday. Special teams got a turnover yesterday. Gave the ball to the offense. Wasn't nothing wrong with special teams yesterday. I wish they would have given Brett.
2/3.
I wish they would have given Brett Maher a chance to win the freaking game. I mean, at least give him a chance.
That's what I was waiting on.
Look, I don't want to hear. I'm tired of hearing. He had made a 53-yarder from the same spot in pregame, but now all of these Twitter GMs saying today, well, it was cold outside. It was below freezing. You can't compress the ball. The ball doesn't compress when it's that cold. I don't want to hear none of that. You're
Really?
in a hostile. You're away. You're in a hostile environment in overtime. You have an opportunity to get points. You take the points. Period. I don't care about your
Yeah.
analytics. I don't care what analytics say.
And
What
and
does
and
common what
actually
does common
yesterday,
sense say?
was kind of mild for Green Bay in November.
Yeah. And so I mean
I
I
Yeah,
don't.
it
mean,
was. It wasn't snowing. I don't think
it
Yeah.
wasn't below. It wasn't below 10
in Buffalo it was
Had you
snow.
with wind
if
coming
you
off
if you
the.
paid attention to each of Brett Maher's extra points yesterday, all of them, with the exception of one was kind of close to the right upright, but all the other four, the other three, high, nice, straight down the middle. Mason Crosby was the one that looked suspect yesterday.
Well, he old and finishing to be taken out to the pastor. I don't know what's going
Right,
on. Do he
exactly. But I'm
got do
just
he got video on people? Like Jesus Christ, why is he still collecting a check?
yeah. But the
Somebody
point
please
the
tell me
point I'm
this.
making the point I'm making is there was nothing that went on yesterday, whether whatever, that said I shouldn't give my kicker, my huge leg kicker, a chance at this 53 yarder to get points and potentially win the game.
And yeah, and give him a chance. That's my point. Just hit it around the head. Be at least give him a chance to s- to win the game. To put him in a position
Yeah,
where he
and
can
and then
succeed.
and then Kellen Moore on that fourth down, Kellen Moore dials up these long developing routes when he knows that they were going to be coming after that. Ears was going to be pinned back, and where does that go with the ball? He sails one to Tony Pollard being guarded by Jair Alexander, the best corner, one of the best corners in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Make it make
I didn't get
sense.
that play call neither, B. 'Cause I don't. That's why I
Yeah.
said
What was it? What was
blame.
it?
The blame should be
Fourth
spread
and
around.
four. What was it? Fourth
Yeah,
and four.
I didn't understand that play call.
Yeah. And you sent.
And then he
You got.
and then he fakes, and then McCarthy with this fake, like jackass.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
throwing your
Look-
headset down for what? No. Somebody should take one of the big dope selling hands and smacking the taste out of your mouth. Not regular hands. I'm talking about dope dealing hands, like crack ashy, just thick, just brick hands, and just slap the taste right out of your mouth.
Bumpy knuckles. But look, I didn't understand that play call because as the play was developing in my mind, I'm looking like the first thing I said, I'm like, what the heck are they doing? I'm like, what are
I
they
knew,
doing?
I knew it wasn't going to do anything. Once he slapped the ball and I didn't see anybody cross on a slant or run a hitch or anything like that, I knew it wasn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
I knew it.
All right, let's talk about the game of the week, maybe game of the year.
Yeah,
People call it the
that
game of
was,
the year, man. That was a wild game, man. Oh my! Now,
that
like I
was
said, I admit that game. I thought the best game was the Buffalo Bills game. I think a year ago or 2 years ago. But this game, this past Sunday with the Bills and Vikings, man.
Yeah, this one
What you got,
this one was different,
Yeah.
and it was different from last year's Bills Chiefs game. That game just featured a lot of pow pow pow, a lot of scoring back to back to back to back. This was a situation where, and I give the Vikings coach credit because I think he understood that if I go, well, they had no choice to go for it on fourth down anyway. But the worst that can happen is that they get the ball on the 3-inch line, and we either get a safety, get the ball right back, go all out, get a safety, get the ball right back, or by a stroke of luck, we get a fumble, and they fumbled the snap.
Remember, also, what's his name? All week he was like iffy because his elbow issue. That had to come into play. Maybe some people on the with the Vikings coaching staff. So maybe plus he's also kind of careless. um,
But K man,
Josh Allen.
K man, Josh, K man. To your point, you said he was iffy. I don't know if Allen realized he was iffy. He was tackling people that supposedly
Yeah,
hurt
I,
on
I
the
swear
elbow.
to, yeah, I swear to God, I don't know what he was doing. I saw like sometimes when like you got like every day is like we don't know he's gonna play, we don't know he's gonna play, and they're like this dude's like running around and like, are you mad? Are you like you a little off?
Right.
Like, homie, it's about the, it's long term money, not quick money. What are you doing?
But we gotta with this game though, we have to we have to appreciate probably not only the game as being one of the best games that we've ever seen, one of the best endings that we've ever seen, but one of the greatest
Yeah,
catches we've ever seen.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know,
Jefferson
we
did, yeah, buddy.
we talk a lot. We talk a lot. Still about Odell Beckham's catch on Sunday night against Dallas in New
Right.
York. We talk a lot about that catch. We've even seen some doozies by what's the guy in Pittsburgh? I can't remember his name, but Deontay something. But
oh yeah. I know.
yeah,
Yeah,
we had that
Yeah.
one. We
he's
we've
not a
had
household name because Steelers stink
yeah.
this season, but yeah.
Yeah, we've had some great catches, but that one hand,
Right.
he go. Not only does he high point it with the DB goes up with two hands. Jefferson said, "Nah, I'm
I'm
just
gonna
going
take.
with one,
I'm gonna take
and
this. I'm gonna take this.
sun you." And that was fourth down. That was a fourth down catch.
Exactly.
It was
That's
what
whole.
some would
That's
consider
the point.
fourth.
B. You.
Yeah, what some would consider fourth and impossible.
It was
That's
fourth
what they
and
were up
17.
against. Yes,
It was fourth.
game on the line.
It was 4th and 17.
And that was all him because that throw wasn't
exactly.
the best.
That would make
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
Because
always
look, I lost
I
my
go back to
mind.
this.
Look, and K-Man, I'm glad my wife wasn't here. She had with the Coles. So when I saw he caught it, oh man, I jumped up off the couch and almost fell and hurt my ankle. I was like, I was like Martin when the baby came out. I caught him. I'm like, he caught it.
look, listen, I had a for anybody listening or watching. During the picks, I picked the Vikings to win this game, right? And so I'm really vested in this game, like just blood pressure already high, and I had sent a gift in our group text, basically like I can see like just as far as picks concerned, I don't even care. I don't care anymore. I don't. It's over. I concede. 30 seconds
That's what
later,
he said. That's what he said. He's cleaning it up.
yeah.
The gift that he said he cleaned it up.
30 seconds later, Justin Jefferson pulls down one-handed catch, rips it out of the DB's hands, and I'm like, yeah, hold that thought.
Yeah.
I every time I see Justin Jefferson, I just go, five dudes were picked over you. Five dudes in the vaunted 2020 wide receiver class. It's supposed to be the greatest wide receiver class. Two Alabama dudes who weren't named Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle were picked over you. So I just like he's good. I should have picked the Bills. I mean, I should have picked the Vikings because here's the thing: the game was at 1:00. When the sun is outside and it's shining, Kirk Cousins, he can make some mistakes, but he can pull it out. It's when it's like, now we get daylight savage. It's like 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Those passes go like into the stands or into other people's hands.
That's why.
look.
That's. Go ahead.
Hey, we got to give a shout out, to the second story of this joint out right quick, B. Then I'm gonna let you go. Shout out to the Cook family for having a cook off at the game. Go ahead, B.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm hoping that the NFL flexes our game next week to the 8 o'clock slot, because right now it's at 4:25. I want to play Kirk Cousins at 8:20 or 8:15, whatever kickoff is, because I that's a guaranteed dub, and we need to rebound. So NFL, if y'all are out there, if y'all listening, flex the Dallas
I,
Cowboys game to the
I don't think they
late
flex.
slot next week.
I think they don't flex until after Thanksgiving.
Well, they're flexing too. They're flexing um early games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought they go ahead and do
I
the
need I
last
need them to
weekend.
flex that Kansas City and Denver game they got laid out. Anybody want to see that? Anybody want to see that? Because that's my rant. We can go team rant. Let me go my rant. My defense is the number two as far as yards defense in the league. Number one pass defense, number one scoring defense. But that offense, oh, that offense is doo doo because it's predicated on the run, and because Javante went out for some reason, we still giving Melvin Gordon, who is pretty much dead, as far
Yo,
as career wise.
K man,
Latavius Murray is trying, but
He's
K man. Hold on, man. Look,
he
I was
old in running
watching
back
this.
years.
I was watching this old NFL clip about the old Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? So this reporter asked the coach Rich McKay. He said, "Hey, coach, what about your offense?" Rich McKay said, "I'm all for it."
exactly, exactly. That offense is bad, and it is coaching bad. Not it's some players bad. It's some players bad, but it's a bad offense. And that's all I got to say about that. They held Derrick Henry to 53 yards rushing. Mind you, their run defense isn't the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And my Saints rant, man. We done for the season. I think we 3-7.
Yeah,
We're done.
yeah.
I don't know.
That trade with the Eagles looks so stupid. I mean, it looks stupid at the draft time. It looks really stupid now.
I don't know why they put Andy Dalton back there. We should have just stuck it out with James Winston. I don't know.
What did I
And
tell
then
you, Sean? I told you that, Sean? I tried to tell you that earlier when Jameis got hurt. You said Andy Dalton, he might be able to come in and do something. I said no, he will not.
No,
I said just play. I said
you mean
just
if I do something, he means wet himself.
right. I said just play. What's your other guy name?
Taysom.
The Taysom. Yeah, just play Taysom Hill
oh yeah.
and keep Andy Dalton where he's at because
Yep.
it's not going to be good. It's
Yeah,
not.
good.
And then Michael Thomas out for the season.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas wants to be
I
gone.
can't.
Yeah. Because
I think so.
there was a guy on the Commanders that got a couple of shells put in him in the offseason, and he came back. He's starting now. Michael Thomas, Curtis Toe. Make it make sense to me, please.
Yes,
I don't.
please, please do so.
I don't know.
Please, man.
I can't call that with me, man. When they say he was out for the season, I'm like for a toe.
Yeah.
I'm like really. I'm like, yeah. But here's the thing. After I said that, I thought about that yesterday when they said he was out for the season. I'm like, okay, when you're a wide receiver, you do depend on that burst and push of your toes. I ran track, and when I did run track, some people run flat footed. I always ran on the ball of my toes. I mean, I ran on my but for a
Flat foot is
whole
not
season
good.
for a toe,
Flat foot's not good.
But he didn't get shot though.
yeah, true.
But yeah,
Look,
when I saw that, I thought exactly what Kennedy just said. He got
them
it.
DC streets, them DC streets.
Hey, that was on Eighth Street. It ain't the.
But look,
I don't care
here's-
how it looks. It's still
I,
8th
look,
Street.
I was gonna say it, K man. I was gonna say it. They done fixed up 8th Street, man. They trying to make that joint almost into like Bourbon Street or something with all the bars and restaurants. All that going on.
Look, I gotta get some off my chest as it pertains to the Indianapolis Colts
Do it.
and their firing of Frank Reich
Get
and
Jeff Saturday, huh?
oddball hiring of Jeff Saturday. On I'm not hearing. We're not hearing anything about this in the national media, but I firmly believe that teams are beginning to find a loophole around the Rooney Rule. This is a trend that I mean, it's I hate to say, but it's teams are doing this now. They're canning coaches mid-season so that they don't have to. And I'm not saying this is the sole reason, but it's
Hmm.
happening.
Right.
The Indianapolis Colts did not have to interview one minority candidate after they fired Frank Reich mid-season, and it's something that I hope gets called out soon
It will.
because they're getting around it, and there's nobody's out there. Okay, let's say they finish the Colts finish strong, and they backdoor into the playoffs somehow. Jeff Saturday's gonna keep that job.
Yep.
He's gonna get an extension, and not one minority candidate would have been interviewed for that job.
But here's the thing, B. There are minorities on the staff already that are
Yeah.
coaches.
Here's what I saw. I know a lot of people make
They give a guy with no experience, no.
like so. I know the reason why they did this. I don't like the reason why they did this because no one's calling out the real reason why they're doing it. This is high level tanking. You don't elevate the offensive coordinator. You don't elevate the O line coach. You don't elevate the DC. You bring a dude from TV who happened to be, well, on your team. Yes, he's smart, but you bring him in as your interim. They didn't want them to win yesterday.
Yeah,
They're tanking for CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. This is high level
yeah,
tanking. This should be investigated because this is dirty.
But to your
Because you saw it when they start benching Matt Ryan.
yeah,
Because they was like, okay, he's bad, but he might win us some games. Let's put in what's the face, and he's gonna Ellinger with his weak arm. He's really gonna lose. Okay, so how we gonna? So what's another way? Because we started off too. What's another way? Let's fire
K
the head
man,
coach,
you
but now
K
elevate
man, you
nobody
kind
because
of
we don't want a Bruce Versace issue. No, no, no. Let's
you
bring a dude who talks on
you about
television.
you about half right with that kid, man. You about half right. Ursay and Saturday were drinking some beers, getting together, and I bet you it came out as a joke. Okay, yeah, we got rid of Frank Ray.
Well,
Hey,
Saturday was
hey,
drinking, and Ursay was doing some other stuff.
hey, look, hey, he probably said, "Hey, wouldn't it be funny if I became the coach?" Oh, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm making you the coach. Hey, look, and K man, to your point, he became
Son,
the
I need some
coach.
pills.
He, he has no coaching experience
thing on my nose.
at pro level. And here's the thing: he hired his best friend that played on the team, his
Yeah.
drinking buddy, possibly. So, and I bet you they had a conversation in the background. Okay, look, I'm gonna make you coach, but we're probably not going to win. But make it look good. Put Matt Ryan back in there, and let's see how that goes. Because number one, they're banking on Matt Ryan not running and standing in the pocket and getting sacked.
Yeah,
But Matt Ryan fooled him yesterday when he stumbled, what, 24, 20 some yards.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
yeah. They didn't count on the Raiders raidering yesterday the way they did.
hey, did y'all have
And
y'all seen the interview with Derek Carr?
no, I heard he cried.
Oh man,
I heard.
oh man, he looked bad, man. He was up there sniffling, taking breaks, pausing, and he said that
You
he
know
said it
why?
just hurts that everyone in the locker doesn't feel the same way as I do.
You know why? Because last year he got I don't say nice things about Raiders. After that issue happened, Basaccia and him took the leadership of that team
Yeah,
and they went to the playoffs and they almost won that game against the Bengals.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
And Basaccia should have been brought in because you saw how those dudes galvanized behind him. No, we're gonna go for a name. We're gonna go for a name, Josh McDaniels, because now we're gonna bring our personnel guy. Now, I love the move. I love the move because I knew this was going to happen because he stinks. But now you're seeing people go, damn, that's what he was crying for. Like, again, I can't. Ever since that one year where he was an MVP candidate, hurt his knee, and it's just been downhill with coaching and the culture. Doesn't matter if they're in Oakland in a crappy stadium or in this new shiny Roomba, they stink
Yeah.
because
Look,
they keep messing it up with the head coach.
yeah, and that's what you saw. What you saw yesterday with that interview was probably that was the interview of a broken man
That's what it
that
looked like.
has
B.
that has endured year after year after year after year after year of disappointment.
That's
And
exactly.
they call him a franchise QB. They give him franchise QB money, but they don't let him make franchise QB decisions when it comes to coaching hires. Because he would have never had they given him some say, he would have never signed off on John Gruden. He would have never signed off on Josh McDaniels. He would have never done that. So that was, he's a broken man at this point. And I hate it for him. He's never been my favorite QB,
Yeah.
but he's always been one of the top 15 QBs in the league. So, I mean,
He
it's
looked. You right,
unfortunate,
B.
man.
He
Just
looked.
ownership,
He looked broken.
bad ownership,
He looked broken.
just bad
Broken.
ownership.
He looked. He looked broken, man. I'm.
Any other games y'all want to
I've
talk about?
seen. Y'all,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, we got about what? We got about 10 minutes. Y'all want to talk about this game tonight?
Why?
Why?
Look, I'm here. Look. See.
Oh, I got another.
Hey,
I got
B,
another
B,
game I want to talk
you gotta
about.
get on your. Oh, okay. Go ahead, K man. What you got?
So-called, so-called paper champs, the Los Angeles Rams. You let Colt McCoy and a soon-to-be gone fishing Cliff Kingsbury come into your house and do you like that? Like, look, we all know last year's Super Bowl. Look, y'all won it. That's great. We all knew y'all weren't gonna repeat. But what
Right.
in the hell
Hey,
has
to
happened to
be
them?
to be fair though, to be fair, Colt McCoy, like, and when it comes to like backups and journeyman QBs, Colt McCoy's that
He's
guy.
good.
He's
Yeah,
done
he's
that.
good.
He's done that. He's done that to a few teams.
Yeah.
Colt McCoy ain't exactly chopped liver around these joints, But
Right.
yeah, that soup. It's like that Super Bowl last year. It took so much out of that team. It's like there are Super Bowl hangovers, and then there's this. Like I don't really remember seeing a team fall off this bad after a Super
Yeah,
Bowl win.
true. It's
I
been a
haven't
minute.
I really haven't seen it happen.
It's
mean,
been
yeah,
years
teams-
since it's happened, but
Teams
Maybe
fell
like
off.
the 2000, maybe like the 2001 Ravens, but I don't even think that was that bad though.
Nah, they weren't that bad because
Yeah.
they were still running down people's throat with Jamal Lewis.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's like but we talked about it a little bit like last podcast, right?
Yeah.
The mindset, F these picks, what they go by. Yeah, they're reaping that harvest right now.
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
Yep.
they have no talent on the offensive line. They have no talent at linebacker outside of Bobby Wagner, who still looks finished.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any wide receivers outside of Cooper Cup.
yep.
So
The
it's
offensive
just,
line.
yeah.
Cam Akers wanted to get traded. You dumped a lot of you dumped a lot of money into salary that wasn't worth it. Like Cooper
Right.
Kupp deserved his money. Aaron Donald deserved his money. But what's name? I know quarterbacks get
Ramsey?
paid, but no, I'm talking about Stafford. No,
Oh, yeah.
but
But hey,
Um,
that team, that Rams team, man, and you're right. It's like Pop said in the first Friday when the dog, his dog came back and what did the dog bite him? Came back and he was like,
Yeah.
oh,
oh, son.
bit him right. Yeah. See,
First
that's
set of
that.
money, rent is due. You ain't got to worry about catching no dog. You got to worry about the dog.
Yeah,
and the dog is catching the Rams right there.
yeah,
You're right,
exactly.
Sean.
Oh, man.
but,
Woo.
but see, but I'm gonna tell you, but we all know it's hard to repeat as a Super Bowl champion. But the way the Rams have fallen off, this is like I don't know how to explain it. Like you said, they put their money in the wrong place, like FD's picks, and it's coming back to them. Now
Yeah,
this
and you're doing
this
it, and
season,
you're doing it in a hollow stadium where no one's coming to watch you play. So it's like, "Rrr."
Yeah, no. They are. They're just from the other team.
Yeah, it was funny to talk about to get off of football and go to basketball. Another fraudulent champ showing their ways this year. The Golden State Warriors.
don't
I
get
was
me
like,
started.
oh, everybody's like, oh my God, the Warriors, they're going to repeat. Who? They got that championship because now they got the champ. I'm not gonna take away, but they won the championship. They got it, but a lot of it had to. I mean, a good portion of it had to do with Chris Middleton not playing, and Boston being inexperienced.
Right.
So
I agree with you
now
on that.
they got everybody back. They gave the punching bag some money, and then they're 5-8. What's
And the
going
team,
on?
and the team that's really doing well in the West is Portland for some reason.
Which is weird.
But Portland has youth, and they have
Yes.
dogs.
True.
Jeremy Grant is a dog.
Very true.
What happened to Portland was one of the best things that happened to Portland was getting CJ McCollum up out of there
Yeah.
and letting and giving some young legs, giving some fresh legs a chance to get out there and get on the floor. And unfortunately, Dame is still Dame. He ain't gonna play but 50 to 60 games per year. But
Nope.
they have sort of a bright future. Now they kind of backed themselves into a corner because they just gave him a boatload of money.
Sure did,
Yeah.
man.
They just gave him a boatload of money when they realistically should have been thinking about moving him for assets.
Yes.
Because now you're stuck and you're going to be in that Western Conference purgatory where you're good enough to make the playoffs, but bad enough not to threaten anybody in the first or second round.
So pretty much what they've been doing the last decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the Utah Jazz. Somehow your players are not getting the message that y'all supposed to be tanking. And they are, and I can see Victor Welby just slipping through your fingers because y'all reckon now is 10-5. What are you doing?
That's the okay, man. That's another other than Portland. When I saw that, I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, Donovan Mitchell is not there anymore. What are y'all?
What are y'all doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Also, Oklahoma City, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, I know it's early, but what are you doing? You're actively supposed to be tanking. Like, what are y'all doing? This is so weird.
Just like my Pelicans, my Pelicans started out like at 3-0 and 4-0. The next thing you know, I'm like, wait a minute, okay, they're coming back down there. Right now, we're 7-6.
Hey, look though. Hey, on the real though, about the Pelicans. Y'all might have a good chance to get Wembanyama. Cause right now, as we speak, Jeannie Buss is sitting behind her desk, toes curled up, knees shaking, because we owe y'all our pick for next year.
Yep.
And we got the worst record in the league. So
No, y'all don't. No, you don't. that
look,
Russ
wait,
record
who's worse?
that resides in Houston, sir.
what? Y'all
Yeah, it
won
does.
3
Yeah.
games?
We just
Yeah.
we
We 2-11.
just beat Houston.
Wow.
Yeah. You know why?
I thought we
Because
were
we gave our point guard $18 million, and a lot of people didn't want him to be the point guard anymore because our star is not getting the ball at crunch time because
And look, B, to
someone
your
won't go
point,
to the
B,
show.
we got McCollum, Zion, and your boy Ingram um, locked in the contract for the next 3 seasons. So they're not going anywhere for the next 3 seasons. So
Mr. Steal Your Ball.
yeah, oh
Mr.
yeah,
Mr. Steal Your Inbounds. But
we got a
got
good
a new
squad, man. I will say
got a
this.
new nickname for Dak Prescott. Sleep number Sam.
oh,
Oh man, come on, man.
Hey, I got to put a dad joke in there.
But look,
I thought you were gonna say.
anytime
I
somebody
thought you were gonna
comes,
say Mutt Prescott. Huh?
Oh, you know what?
but
I'm not
look,
doing this.
any,
I'm not doing
here's
this
the
today.
thing, man. Here's the thing. Anytime somebody come for Dak
I have to
Prescott,
save us from us.
oh,
You know it's bad.
you you know who come out and support him? His brother. His brothers come out on Twitter. They come out on Twitter real fast. Hey, well, it's not Dak's fault. Look at the defense. Look at this. And I'm like, man,
What's
let
Sam
Dak
supposed to
fight
do?
his own battle.
Hey, I would want my brother to come out in my
See,
defense.
that's the problem with Dak. Dak won't fight his own battles because Dak wanted to be too corporate. That's why I call him sleep number Sam, because he always wants to do commercials. Like, first of all, who on your team told you, hey, on DirecTV's last commercial of having a the Sunday ticket package, you approved them to have the housewives? You get tackled by housewives? Really?
Yeah.
Because he wants to be famous.
Well, to his credit, they probably gave him, $200,000 to flip that table over.
Yeah.
Still wouldn't have done
Look,
it. Still wouldn't have done it.
If he's smart, they probably gave him some stock options or something.
Like, if I'm getting tackled, give me tackled by some like WWE or AEW female wrestler, because or like
you can't.
like somebody.
You can't, K-Man. You can't, K-Man. You got to think. He has a contract. That could be in his contract where he can't have that kind of action.
Look, Dak is a nice looking single, mixed guy. Who wouldn't want to get tackled by Kenya Moore? Who wouldn't want to get tackled by her?
No offense, yeah.
We got to wrap.
Kenya Moore in 2022 is just as bad as she was in 01. So
Unreal, annoying, but unreal.
yeah, that is true. That is some stuff that we need to talk about. Like, why does Angela Bassett look this good?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Dave, bro. Ooh, hey, we got to wrap this up.
All right,
So
no spoilers, no spoilers for the people that haven't seen Wakanda Forever yet.
Me, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, do that. Do it soon, because I can only keep
Oh,
this
yeah.
in for so long.
Oh yeah.
I can only hold it in for so long. I can't hold all this joy in my heart. I got to let it out at some point. I got to give Ryan Coogler his flowers, bro.
Yeah, I know when they hired him, that I was like, oh, this movie's gonna be. When the first movie, I was like, oh, this movie's gonna be dope. I was like, my only question was he a comic book fan? And then come to find, yes, he was.
That dude is an animal, bro.
Yep.
He is a movie directing animal.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna leave it at that.
And Oakland to the fullest, man. Jesus Christ.
For the Bay.
Yeah. All right.
All right, bro. It's been another one.
Monday cast.
All right, holla at y'all, brothers.
Go.
You know it.
Commanders upset these Eagles tonight. Make something out of my weekend.
Yeah, nah.
Heard it here first. Eagles are going down tonight.
Stop lying to yourself. Stop
Yeah,
lying.
right. All right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
Later, man.
Yeah.
Yep.